There is one group that is feeling left out of the global conversation on climate change. Ironically, the very people who know the land and the seasons better than anyone else on Earth. Richard Stewart and his daughter Lo are Native Americans from the Big Pine Paiute tribe, and they are eyewitnesses to one of the great ecological tragedies in America. For their reservation lies just north of Owens Lake. At least, it used to be a lake. When settlers first glimpsed it, there were 100 square miles of water, with boating and fishing as key activities. For a century now, that water has been diverted to fast-growing Los Angeles, and climate change has made it worse. We asked members of the tribe to film the dust storms they must now endure, as the barren lake bed makes life almost intolerable on the reservation.
Our land traditionally had wetlands on it, and to see those so deeply depleted is just heartbreaking. This isn't the land that our stories talk about, that our history talks about.
I wonder what your ancestors would say if they could look over this ecological disaster.
I think it would be incredibly confusing for them, because they would look and say, where did the water go? And, well, why was the water being diverted? Where is it going instead of the lake itself?
You have to give them the fist. You have to show them that. Pound it on the table.
Her father says the tribes are at a crisis point and must speak up now before it's too late.
This is what makes a difference. It's being strong and standing up. And when someone says, there's no climate change, you stand up and go, listen to me. Look around. You know, get out of your Cadillac, get in your air-conditioned house and whatever, and get out there and look and observe things. And I think that's the thing about indigenous people, is they're in tune with the outdoors.
And if drought and dust is one emergency for the Paiute tribe, there is another on the doorstep as well. Wildfires have always existed in these heavily forested Sierra Nevada mountains. But in recent years, what is so different is the intensity and the frequency of these fires. This is the tiny community of Phillips Park, devastated last month by the Caldor fire, and it's left homeowners here with an almost impossible decision to make. Do they rebuild on this scarred and charred land? Or, recognizing the global climate crisis, do they choose to live in safer urban areas? Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Last thing I did was covered our entire cabin with this foil.
Eric Raymond wrapped his property in industrial foil, improvising as the fire roared up the valley.
Wrapping our cabin saved it because, you know, aluminum foil reflects about 95% of infrared heat. And when you have structures burning directly next to you and behind you, a lot of that heat, you know, will actually just ignite materials because it's so hot.
1,000 homes were burnt to the ground, and just a few emerged unscathed. The people of Eastern California are trapped between fires and dust storms. Little wonder they are urging world leaders to act. Robert Moore, News at 10, California.